Hey, what's up everyone?
Hi everyone!
So this week's episode we're gonna debunk some of the things on YouTube, Facebook, social media, couple of forums. Can you buy a catamaran ready to sail for under $50,000? Yes you can. I'm gonna run you through and I'm gonna break a couple of the secrets on how you can buy a catamaran for less than $30,000. There are a couple of things that do come with it, so give me a chance to explain. Firstly, a cat that's under $30,000 needs work. She's not a blue water boat. What's important is that she's got a good hull on her, the mast is on, and the standing rigging is still in good shape. Obviously steering connected, all the basic functions must be there. Things like water damage. Most probably at $30,000 you are going to have a boat that has water damage. Instruments, you're probably going to have to replace them. Sometimes you can use the stuff there, sometimes you're lucky someone's recently replaced them in the last 5, 6, 7 years. I mean, instruments up to 10 years, they're fine. You'll be able to sail with them. Would you want to maybe do blue ocean crossings with them? You can. People did them 10 years ago, so you still can. But the main thing is, how do you find a $30,000 catamaran? So there's a couple of brands that I'm going to tell you guys about, and you can go have a look at them, look them up. Dean cats are one of them. That's a cat that we bought. It's 36.5 feet. She's roughly 8 to 8.5 tons. Very good boat, built in South Africa, and I'm not saying that because we're South African. The boats are really solid boats. They're thick hulls, they're a little bit old tech, you know, the hydrodynamics are not the greatest, but they're good solid boats. They will sail you around the world. Many of them are all around the world. You get them in the States, you get them in Australia, you get them in Europe. They are relatively popular for the amount that they built, let's put it like that. Another one we can look at is Gemini cats. Gemini cats are quite popular in the States. I know a lot of you guys have probably seen them around. They're 10.5 meters, a little bit smaller, but they're good cats. They really make them well. They get a whole bunch of different configurations between the 2-engine and the single engine one. So have a look. Yeah, sure, they don't steer as well with the single engine, but they've been around the world. Another one is that I've looked up lately is Manta. Someone else told me have a look at Manta and Goose cats. I didn't do too much research into them, but they are there and you can get them at this price. One of the most important things is get into your nearest marina and start walking the docks. Walk the area, find these cats lying there, find out who owns them, and chat to the owner. Befriend the owner and tell him, listen, see you have a cat there, it's standing around. Would you be willing to sell it? Would you consider selling it? I'm someone that's kind of interested in buying one, and obviously your finances are not that great, and this is what you'd like to buy. It's a bit of a project boat kind of thingy, and this is what you want. So that's one way.
And don't just go to the marina once and then say, oh, there's no yachts there, I'll go to the next one. Continuously go.
Yeah.
Because there's always people who are selling up their yachts, or because they want to buy a new one or whatever. So don't just give up after going once. Go a couple of times, see how many marinas are around close to you, because you'll be surprised. It's not just one main marina, there's little ones in between as well. So just do that.
And sometimes don't only look at the boats that are in the water. Sometimes you'll find one hidden in the back there somewhere. There'll be the cat that you want. A good example is we walked Durban recently, and we went out to the bluff. So South African viewers, there's actually a Dean cat there, and there's 3 other cats there that I know are not up for sale at the moment because the owners haven't really put them up for sale, but it's definitely something to look at. You could go chat to those guys and find out who they are and tell them your situation. You'd be interested. That's one marina in the whole of South Africa. That's one that we walk. There's a lot of places somewhere like the BVIs, all of that stuff. Distant places, obviously it's even easier to find them because someone will drop the thing there. It's too much of a work to get the boat out of there, so people just leave it. If you've got the time to go spend and be on the boat and do the work until she's ready to go, that might be an option. I'd recommend try and look around your vicinity first, because you're going to cut down costs a lot. try stick close to you. Sometimes you can strike a bargain and tell the guys, listen, I'm interested to be here for 6 months. I'll pay up front for the rental fee to be on the hard, and you can get a good deal on that. Surf the internet for boats. Craigslist, I've heard of some crazy stuff, and I've seen some myself. I've chatted to some of the guys that have bought some stuff off Craigslist, and they've stolen the yachts. I've heard of a Gemini Cat sold with 2 engines, fully fitted, had a little bit of water leaks on the top, did a little bit of damage on the inside, but he picked it up for $15,000. Now that's a steal at that price. You cannot even build the hull for that kind of money, never mind the engines. So that is a great price. Now just Google it. There's really a million sites out there to look for boats. If you're prepared to look for it, you will find it. One common mistake, obviously being new to the thing, you kind of think, okay fine, we've got to get a boat broker and he's going to show us around. Remember, that boat broker, at the same time, yes, he is a good guy and he's doing a good job and whatnot, he's going to put a markup on that boat, right? He's got good commission on that boat. So if you want to really cut it down, so we're taking it, you got a budget and it's really small and you kind of want to get the boat going, you want to go sailing, you want to set this up, or you want to live aboard the boat, try and avoid a boat broker. A surveyor, that's a 50-50. How good is your knowledge of the boats? Understanding fiberglass is not a major thingy. You can do the research and understand it yourself. If you can, chat around, befriend a surveyor and get that guy to come out and give you his advice. Chat to the other yachties. I know these old guys hanging around in marinas, they're 50, 60, 70 years old, and these guys are damn clued up about sailboats. They super knowledgeable. Most of them will walk onto a boat and tell you, yes, this looks like a good boat, there's a couple of damage, or we'll just need to put new floors. Sounds major. If you can do it yourself, a little bit handy with tools, cut it up. Everything's on the internet available to you guys. You can definitely do it. Everyone thinks, oh, to buy a catamaran you need $150,000, $200,000. Yes, that is the case if you're buying a cat that's ready to sail and everything's been done for you and she looks beautiful and she's got a tender and she's got a water maker and she's got all those amenities, then yes, they are priced at that price. We saw nice Dean cats, you know, they were going, well, that's what we got, $400,000, and the reason, the boat's in immaculate condition, everything's impeccable, it's got awesome systems, it's got generator, it's got water makers, it had full LED lighting, 12 volt and 220 volt systems for us in South Africa, that's what we use. So yes, if the boats are in perfect condition, they're all worth serious money. Once you get them a little bit older and you're willing to work on them, you can really pick up your dream boat with a bit of work for under $30,000.
And if you're a couple like we are, it's really a nice teamwork and team effort, if you want to put it like that. Something you guys can do together, and at the end of the day, you know, like us, it's going to be our home for the next couple of years. So it's a fun adventure and journey for us to make it our own. And it takes a lot of work, and a lot of people maybe will bring you down and tell you, oh, maybe if you guys finish one day, and you'll have a lot of negative comments when it comes to redoing it. But you know, it's your thing. If it takes you 3 months, it takes you 3 months. If it takes you 6 months, it takes you 6 months. But if you guys are willing to put the effort into doing it, then you will reap the rewards of it.
Yeah. Well, related to that, guys, be prepared to do work. If you're buying the boat that's so cheap, there's a reason for it. You pay for what you get. If the boat's in pristine conditions and guys know what the value is, they're not going to let it go for 30 grand. It's just not going to happen. But if the boat's been lying around, the owner hasn't got time, or there's just too much costs involved at the moment to just get it done, he hasn't got the effort, he hasn't got the energy, you will pick up that boat for a bargain. And that's what you're there for. You want to pick it up for that price, you want to get your cat, and you want to go sailing. Oh yeah, just one last thing. With related to monos and cats, which are the best, we love them both. The reason why we bought a Dean cat is it came in and at a bargain, and that's why we bought it. Otherwise, we were prepared to get whatever we want. Be smart about using a surveyor, guys. Surveyors are good, yes they are. Most of them very reputable, really good at what they do. They've been doing this for a while, they do know what they're doing. When getting one, they'll most probably give you good advice. Remember, when it comes into the marine industry and the yachting industry, we've seen this ourselves. Oh, it's got a bit of wet roof, you know, you need to replace the liner. They make it into such a big thing. You literally rip out all the liner, bleach it, get rid of the mold, sand it down a little bit, find new material that you want to put on, find a little a means of attachment. So either if you're going to put a board or perspex or whatever you want to attach it onto, and use that as space and put it in. It's really not that difficult. You'll spend maybe 5 hours on the internet researching everything. You'll understand it. You'll be able to do it yourself. All right, you don't need a company to come in there. And these guys are crazy. Trust me, you're talking $300 a square meter, so roughly 10 square feet. They really nail you when it comes to pricing. So do it yourself. It can be done. Yeah.
And also when it comes to doing it yourself, Ricky has knowledge of construction and building because he's been in that game for quite a while. But if you're a person who has no clue, like myself, if you chat around, I mean, we've met a lot of people who have given their advice and their knowledge to us freely, and gave us some hints on how we could do things and what we could change and how we could get rid of some weight that we didn't necessarily think of. So Google is your friend. People around you in the marinas or wherever you are that are in the sailing community and have done refits and whatnot, don't be scared to go chat to them, because they will no problem tell you exactly how they did it. Like we did with Graham in one of our previous episodes.
Yeah.
He told us how he's done his cat and what he advises us to do with the time frame that we are wanting to work with, what he suggests we do, because he's taken the longer route and it takes a lot of time and things like that. So if you talk to people, they really are willing to help you. And yeah, just Google it.
Keep your mind open. There's guys out there that with a wealth of knowledge. Chat to them, listen to them. At the end of the day, you're gonna buy a good cat at a very reasonable price. You are gonna put money into it. Don't be mistaken about that, eh? If you're buying this cat at $30,000, anticipate in putting at least another $30,000 into it, depending on what you want to do. So if you tell me, oh fine, I just want a boat that's just going to do day sailing, you're not going to spend that kind of money. But then remember, nothing's going to be automated. You might not have autopilot, you might not have inverters, generators, all of those things. If you want a blue water boat, there's a lot of gear to rig it out. I mean, to give you an example, just between the life raft and safety gear kind of thing, we run about $5,000 US just for that stuff. So it does get expensive real quick, but depends what kind of boat you want to, how you want to outfit it. But I mean, if you want to look at blue water cruising boats, you're going to start at $100,000. So you can buy the boat at say $30,000, put in another 20 or another 30, and you have a perfectly done up boat, a boat that you know, listen, I've checked top and bottom, there's no leaks, you've closed every single little thing, you've done her the way you want it, with all the amenities you want. You got a boat for $60,000, that's a beautiful boat. On our boat, we'll be doing standing rigging and everything, so if you guys want to stay tuned to that, we will put it in one of the episodes coming up. Another thing, guys, is once you found a boat and you know that it's up for a bargain, be careful who you tell it to. This boat will disappear. You tell it to one person and it's gone. We looked up at a boat before we bought our cat, and I mentioned it to a couple of people. Within 2 weeks she was gone, off the market, and she sold for more than what the owner originally wanted. So be careful who you tell, be smart about it. Play your cards real well until you're like, okay fine, this is the boat you want, you're going to put in an offer, or no, you're not going to buy it, you're pulling out of it, then let someone else have it. It's not a thing about being not nice to the people, but it's just a thing of giving yourself the first priority. You've done a lot of work to find the boat, so get that priority and get in there, buy that boat for yourself. Because
you'll be surprised how quick word spreads amongst people. And like I said, also when you're looking for your boat, if you come across, Ricky said, go chat to people. If you see a Dean cat like we did and you're interested in it, go talk to the owner. If he's not willing to sell, he might know of someone who is willing to sell. So yeah, it all spreads around. So make your contacts with people around you.
And if you're wondering what's happening with our background, yep, that's all our headliners are. So
We ripped everything.
we had a lot of leaking little guys previously drilled a hole and they didn't seal it and they put new headline on. All those little holes were leaking. We sealed up everything. For the first time since we bought this boat, completely dry bilges.
And Ricky and I just moved into our apartment. We are no longer staying by my aunt and me.
Yeah.
So we've been moving in. Ricky's been on the boat, but I've been moving in. And so we're busy getting ourselves sorted over there. When it comes to buying a boat, like our story is that we were going to go overseas, potentially the Mediterranean or the Caribbean.
Yeah, because they're coming just out of season.
And we were gonna go with our hiking backpacks and a couple of coats, and we were gonna go find a boat and work on her there, and then live on board while we could.
Yeah.
And that was our plan.
But we were going to pay a lot more for the boat.
Yeah, we were gonna pay a lot more. It was gonna be probably in a better condition.
Yeah.
Um,
We were going to buy a sail ready, but not ocean cruising ready.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a blue water boat, but she was ready to go sail. And that, guys, I will let you fill in. That was already around the $60,000 mark just for the boat. We still needed a heap of equipment before she was blue water ready.
Yeah.
Boat. And that was a 38-foot mono hull.
yeah, we were looking at monos because catamarans just were out of our budget.
Yeah.
And very expensive. So we were going to get a mono, and that was our plan. And then Ricky was surfing the web and came across the Steen Cat that we're currently on the internet, and the ad literally just had been put up. So we phoned immediately, and Ricky came running down the stairs screaming, saying, "Oh no, we found this cat, and it's really well priced." So it's in PE though, and we were in Durban at the stage, and he said, "No, we should go look at it." So we hopped on the plane, came to PE, and came to check it out. The story behind the boat is the owner had passed away.
Yeah.
And he had left everything in an estate, and
We bought it out of the estate.
we bought it out of the estate. So that's how we got ours at such a good price. And she has had a lot of work needed.
Yeah, she'd been left for a while without anyone attending to it, and that was the bigger reason.
As you saw in the previous videos, there was water leakages everywhere. The wood is rotten, and she's not sail ready, not even blue water ready, but not even sail.
But when we bought her, we had the plans anyways of redoing the boat. We
Yeah.
must say that. We didn't come down knowing that, okay, fine, we'll buy it just like that, and we'll use it like that. Our mind was to redo the boat completely and do it the way we wanted to.
I mean, everyone has their own time limit of doing things. It could take you 2 years if you have a full-time job and you're working all day and then you only work at night. It could take you 2 years. If this is your job, it will take you less. It's just how it is going to be.
Another thing, coming back to getting the yacht for a bargain, negotiate. Don't just accept the price he's throwing out there. Drive the bargain. So you gotta negotiate. Don't just accept what he's asking for it. If I can help 1 million people try and get a cat like we got and at a good price, that's what we want to do. If you guys like what we've told you,
Then subscribe below.
that's it.
Like our Instagrams and Facebook page. And our patrons account, which is finally up and running. I want to say thank you to Ricus and Pietro Delport for giving us our first donation on our patrons account, which is awesome, and we appreciate it so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hopefully we come across you guys on our travels.
Definitely.
Happy New Year's, since this is the New Year period.
Yeah, this will be our last episode for this year.
Yeah, last episode for 2017. And we will be spending New Year's Eve at the Algoa Bay Yacht Club
Yeah.
here in Port Elizabeth. So if you guys don't know what you want to do,
Come say hello.
come
Let's have
say
a braai.
hello. Come have a braai or
Let's have a South
barbecue.
African barbecue.
And yeah, come have a beer with us, and it'll be awesome to meet you guys.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year's!